What's up? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this beautifully honest reaction.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind when we rewind.
What is up, guys? I hope everyone is doing amazing. But listen, let's just go ahead and get into this because I didn't plan on talking about so-called Dr. Umar Johnson because when I saw this, I was just disgusted. He is crass. He was foul with how he was describing this woman that he definitely was getting down with the get down with, because the fact that he was describing what she allegedly smelled like is like, dude, you're talking about what she smelled like, but you went there. I didn't hear him say that he stopped because she allegedly smelled a certain type of way. So I wasn't going to talk about it because it was just like, why, right? But the person that he was talking about that no one knew who she was, she wound up doing an interview on the Tasha K Live app. I listened to it a few days ago, actually live when she was doing the interview. And let me tell you something. I am not judging any women and what they look like, okay? Because really, until you are dead, people, you can be having sex if you wanna and if somebody wants to have it with you. So it's not about the age or age shaming or anything like that. I was just surprised by what the woman looked like because I just wasn't expecting that, if you get my drift. But before we go to a clip that she shared on her Instagram, and if you have not seen the full interview, because I don't know when it's going to drop on YouTube, I highly suggest you go over there and watch that full interview because it was not only entertaining, it was definitely informative, and it shed a lot of light on what this guy really is like. I don't believe this woman was lying about anything. And one of the main reasons why I don't believe she's lying is because it's not like it made her really look that great. Okay, with what she shared. A lot of the things that she talked about is like, did you really do that? But I digress. It was her choices, and she was honest about what she did as well. So I don't believe that she was lying about anything that he was doing. So I'm going to share my screen first. We're just going to get into what he said about her, which is what brought us to us even knowing who this woman was. Okay.
Lene Stacks, Siobhan Stone, Lene Stacks, throat goat, hood rat, jump off, fishy coochie, the queen of fishy coochie. I believe she may have taken information regarding the bank account of FDMG and my personal. I discussed this with the attorneys. The attorneys told me that it would be in my advantage if Siobhan Stone, throat goat, or Pastor Bussy tries to access my personal account or the school's account, because that is a federal crime. I saw her privately 3 times inside of the same Philadelphia hotel after hours for no more than 2 or 3 hours. Lene Stacks.
Really?
This young lady told me that she would not mind coming to care for my mother. I assured her that I would pay her, and I did pay her. And this is going to be important when I bring up the attorney in a minute, because I consulted with an attorney in Kansas City who told me that if I can prove that I paid her to care for my mother, then she can be charged with HIPAA violations for discussing my mother's personal, sensitive medical information without permission. This young lady told me 3 throat goat sessions turned into a 2.5 year relationship with marriage, love, masturbation. Talking about I ate out your fish tank. You have an aquarium down there. She has an aquarium down there with every creature in the ocean. She got squid, she got clams between her legs.
And you said you were there for 2.5 years dealing with the fish tank and the aquarium and squid and octopus and clams and whatever else.
She got oysters, she got shrimps between her legs.
Shrimp, it's SHRIMP, plural and singular. It's not shrimps. Doctor. Just thought I would interject that there, but let's continue.
She got salmon, whiting, tilapia, you name it, she got it. Squid, octopus, every funky creature is between them legs, brothers and sisters.
And so was your dick.
She needs a yoni steam, a yoni dream, and a yoni clean. 3.
So apparently, this is text messages that was between the two of them. Ciao. And so someone said, well, this is what he posted. And then he said, this woman, Siobhan Stone, aka Lene Stacks of Kansas City, Missouri, is so trifling. She missed her son's IEP meeting to come to Philadelphia. She had the nerve to tell me that her other son, who was a young adult, was going to stand in for her at Chunky's IEP meeting. Are you serious? Your son has autism, is always in trouble, and you willingly missed the meeting to chase Shangle Stick in Philadelphia. If you live in KCMO and know Chunky's father, please have him call Dr. Umar. I will help that man get his son's IEP services in order for free. He needs to get custody of his son from this woman. You have a lawsuit against that school. However, Siobhan is too thirsty, chasing penis to help.
Hey, this is Chad Van Horn.
All right, guys. So listen, that's a lot. And like I said, I saw it and didn't really I didn't really care to discuss it because it's like it's gross. But when I saw that she did an interview, I said, okay, let's get into this a little bit deeper. Like, what's really going on? And these are just a few clips that Tasha K shared on her Instagram. I'm just going to talk about one of them, but it's a lot. You really need to go and like check out that full interview because I believe everything that she said. And like I said, a lot of it is because some of the things that she shared were not favorable to her, were not flattering about her, but also it showed like Dr. Umar Johnson in a light that I think some people already see that he is, but you cannot negate the fact that the man he's smart. Yeah, he's smart, but it doesn't mean that he has the full intelligence of not being in the life that he's living to be like I don't know how old he is, and I'm not saying that every person that is a certain age they should be in a relationship or married or anything like that, but I do feel that he's used his education and his status and his followers and all the stuff that he does to lead a lot of women on. And it's like, you cannot be serious. You always talk about black men need to be in relationships with black women and all these other things like that. But then you're out here screwing the mothers of these young boys. I will say allegedly, but she said she definitely went there. And this woman said Dr. Umar Johnson never even like met really with her son. And her son was the one that followed him. And she, by way of her son, reached out to Dr. Umar Johnson. And it was just a whole lot. It really was a whole lot. But I'm going to play this clip right here.
How many times were you guys together sexually?
Maybe about 4 or 5 times. But
pausing it. So like I said, when the interview was done and it was done live on her app, and then Siobhan Stone's like image video popped up, I really was shocked. I was surprised. I did not expect the person that he was talking about to like look like her. And she's a beautiful woman. I'm not saying that she looks bad. I just was not expecting someone that, like someone said in the comments, even over on the Tasha K live chat and over here, to kind of look like Medea. Just being honest. I was a little bit shocked.
But we were having sex multiple times within those times. Like he would come over and we would have sex like 3 times in that day.
So him talking about always
I didn't
fish.
have sex in 4 years, Tasha.
I'm just saying, because the way he's making it seem like you don't take care of yourself, you're not clean, you're this. But for him to keep coming back and then allow you into his home with his family, that says a lot. So
Don't listen to nothing he's talking about because I have all the
got
facts.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He's lying. Umar is known to lie. Jermaine
I
is
know.
a liar.
You're out there in June. It was sexual. You guys had sex.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, with the condom, but everything else, no. So he gave you head, you gave him head without condoms.
Yeah.
Let's say
Child. That's a lot. I mean, when Tasha started the interview out, she was like, "So you're the throat goat," and she said, "Yep." So I mean, she admitted it. It really is a lot, guys. But Dr. Umar Johnson, he's been doing his rounds all over social media on these different podcasts, talking about Diddy, talking about Tyler Perry, talking about this one, talking about that one, talking about Cassie, talking about everybody else except that school. People keep asking, where is the school for black boys? What happened to the school for black boys? How long has it been since he's been talking about that, guys? It is past half of the year 2025. If we really want to be honest about it, July is almost up out of here. We just have a few more months left in 2025. And you all are still asking, where is the school? What school? The little boys that he was talking about when he had the idea and the concept and then started taking people's money towards building this school, those those boys are probably like 35 35 years old at this point. I'm just being honest, guys, because it just doesn't make any sense why anybody would still be asking him about the school. And honestly, even more so, doesn't make sense why anybody would be giving him money, sending donations. Donations, donations. For what? She said that he is living with his mama. His mom is on Section 8 and food stamps. Yeah, that's what she said. And so when he's traveling and going wherever he's doing and doing whatever, she said, like, his events that he has, they're free events, but he will sell his books and he will use it to like run game on women. And she's one of those women that he ran game on. She said she went to go pick him up. He asked her if she could set up an event in her area because she initially reached out to him about help for her son who is autistic. Like you heard him mention in his video where he talked about her son being autistic, and it led, to other things. She went to pick him up, 2.5 hour drive. He stayed in a hotel. He was, sending her flirty text messages and, trying to Mac. And apparently the Mac worked because she went there on multiple occasions and so did he. And it's just like, this is just a big old mess. Like I said, I don't believe that she's lying about what she's shared because it doesn't necessarily make her look good either. Because I was like, well, child, you're talking about all the things that he did not do. He didn't even speak really to your son, but yet you continue to speak to him and you were screwing him, sucking him, and taking care of his mama. It's a lot. They say old fools used to be young fools. And again, I'm not trying to throw no shade in her direction, but I also don't believe that she's lying about him either. There's just really no integrity left with a lot of these people. And so Dr. Umar Johnson, he talks a good talk. He has the gift of gab. He repeats things like 3 times in a row to drive it into people's minds. And that actually is a tactic that people who are good with swindling people use. it's sort of like hypnotic in a way. So honestly, I don't believe that she's lying about anything that she said when she exposed him in that interview. It really is a lot. It's a lot more that I could say, but talking about Dr. Umar Johnson in this type of situation, especially, it's tiring. It's exhausting. And I don't even really want to talk about it anymore because I'm telling you, after I listened to her interview, I was wiped out. I wasn't even interviewing this woman and I felt tired just listening to all of the things that she was saying, talking about how his mom is just, pretty much living in squalor, and he accepts it and allows it, and he isn't really doing much about it. And she's had to clean up his mom from, you know, you get my drift. I'm not even going to go and describe any of the stuff. It's a lot. And so for him to be on these different podcasts and doing these interviews, art of dialogue, this, that, and the other, it's like, dude, you can't even pay for like a real caregiver for your mother. And you pretty much use this woman because I don't believe he was paying this woman to help take care of his mom. She did say she offered to help, but just because you offer to help somebody doesn't mean that you don't want to get paid for the help that you're offering. You're just kind of letting someone know, look, I feel like you need help here, and I would be willing to offer that assistance if you are willing to pay for what I would say the cost would be. But look, that's between them. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm just basically saying that this is a big old mess. And had he not went there with what he was saying about her, she probably wouldn't be out here exposing him. And she said she has a whole lot of receipts, but she's just waiting to drop them when the time is right. So listen, if she starts dropping receipts, we will get into some of those receipts, guys. But I want to know, did you watch the interview of Dr. Umar's alleged fishy coochie throat goat chick? And what do you feel about Dr. Umar Johnson and this Neverland school for boys? And what do you think about, all of the things that she said if you did listen to the interview? And if you haven't, I advise you to go and check it out because I don't know when it's going to drop on YouTube. I'm assuming it will eventually. But until then, it's a lot. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.